half a mile, turn right onto Florida 710 West.
Kindred Spirit. I'm here in Central Florida at a water conservation district. There's only 2 campsites here, and I get to stay here for an entire week. And Imogene is on her leash. We're getting ready to go to our morning walk, or on our morning walk. She's excited. And I just want to let you see what the beautiful surroundings are around here. And before you go to that worry place about, oh, watch out for alligators and lions and tigers and bears, oh my. I want to assure you that I am as aware as I can be about my surroundings and how they may affect my sweet little dog, which is why she's on a leash right now. Here's the thing. I refuse to live on the fear end of the spectrum between love and fear. My practice is fearless living. And I'm not going to say there's twinges in it, but I really try to notice when I'm in fear. And that's the only time when we can make any choice at all. Noticing what we're thinking about. As you see this image, you might be thinking, wow, look at all that burned vegetation. Well, this has been a controlled burn. I think they were actually here yesterday, and so I don't have to worry about that either. Or I am hoping that that will settle your worry a little bit about the surroundings that I'm in. And if you're new here, thanks for stopping in. My name is Diane, and I am a storyteller attempting to connect the dots of my stories and my adventures that I have now with adventures and experiences throughout the rest of my life. Things that have bugged me. And I'm saying that laughingly because there's all these little bugs around me, but guess what? They're not landing on me, so I can take it. The intention is you, as the viewer, as the kindred spirit, if you connect with these stories, that it helps you to connect with your stories and maybe be able to, with love for yourself and your experience, to be able to heal. More healed humans makes for a more healed world. Stay tuned. There's always more. If you watched my last week's story, it was about the dating game and how CPTSD, if you're not familiar with that, it's complex post-traumatic stress syndrome. How it really, I noticed it engaged when trying to maybe interact on a more intimate level, not talking about sex, I'm talking about letting someone in a little bit more than I've been able to do since my beloved died. And this pertains to even friends. I think I recently read that as humans, we can juggle about 150 other people in our lives. And I see that in various, maybe concentric rings, in that we have people that we don't know. We have people that we see occasionally. We see people in our community. I used to call it porch friends when I would walk around, and especially now with Imogene. I've known people for 13, 14 years, and our main connection is me walking my dog and talking to them in their yard or their porch. Those I consider very good friendships, even though I don't know all the details of their lives. And then we get a little bit closer and closer in, people that we work with and things like that. The grocery store, you go to the grocery store, the people that you see there. Any classes or schooling that we go, there's people that you see there. And in all these little bit closer concentric rings, there's always that opportunity where there just seems to be a little bit more of a ping that maybe we can let them come in, or I can let them come in a little bit closer. And that is where I'm thinking of this part of my life where I'm in, is that of having people in my life where I can be me and know that regardless of what I am saying or where I am, that they're holding a safe space for me, where they're not thinking of how to fix me. They're not thinking about how to shame me, correct me, or remind me that I might be getting too big for my britches. Have you ever felt that if I could just find that one person that understands me, then my life would be wonderful? Well, what I found is that that's a heavy responsibility to put on just one person. So instead, what being alone has shown me is that not one person can meet all of our needs. Yikes! What? Oh my gosh. Uh-oh, here comes somebody down the lane. Hopefully they are looking at these smoldering piles here. Guess they're back here to do some more work. We're gonna head on back because I left my van open. Usually don't do that. I usually lock it up every single time I leave. And there's some Murphy's Law working for you once again. There are universal truths, for sure. And speaking of universal laws, learning what my needs are has really helped me in choosing my friends, the people that I want to let a little bit more into my orbit, because I know that we're all on the same wavelength, or around the same wavelength, in that we're practicing. We are trying to be happier. We are trying to get along. We are trying to find solutions. to the vexing problems of humanity. I found since I can articulate what my needs are, it's a lot better and a lot less pressure that I'm putting on people that I know and people that I am meeting here out on the road. Checking for the smolders before they sign off. Not one little brisket left before they keep on checking. So this kind of illustrates my point about not jumping to fear right away. I saw a sign outside the park that said controlled burning, you don't have to call, and there's validation of it. So jumping to conclusion, that does segue in with the getting our needs met type of thing. In addition to being able to discern new friendships, and through my awareness of my needs, I've also learned that most of my needs can be met by me. And in being able to meet my own needs, the ones that are most important, because no one knows what we need better than we do ourselves. So taking responsibility for those needs and meeting them to the best of our abilities, working on them, noticing when they're coming up, is the work, is the gift that we get to be able to walk around in these beautiful bodies. Every one of us is beautiful. When we are glowing, we are beautiful. I like the feel of that. And I love to see it in other humans like you, Kindred Spirit. That's why you're here. You're doing it perfectly, in perfect timing. And I'm so glad that we're getting the opportunity to dance together. Keep those comments coming. It's helping me to expand, and maybe even you and everyone else that shows up here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Please check that you're subscribed and also hit that like button. It really helps the algorithm. Even though I'm only here on YouTube to be visible to those I'm supposed to serve and those who are also helping me to grow. I'll see you real soon.